live. Knicks family, what's popping with you? We just seen the New York Knicks snap their 3-game losing streak to the Cleveland Cavaliers, but it didn't start off looking as easy as a score may seem to represent. The Knicks started off pretty sluggish tonight, ladies and gentlemen, against the Cleveland Cavaliers. And I'm pretty sure I had a lot of people upset, mad, worried. I'm in a few group chats and Twitter chats, stuff like that. And I seen people already like, oh, here we go. This team is this, that, and the third. But they found a way to pull it out. They found a way to get back into it. The Cleveland Cavaliers, they were led by Darius Garland, who's back on the block. He had 24 points, 3 rebounds. He shot 52% from the field. He shot 66% from the three-point line, but his defense is not that good. Darius Garland. Nobody else from the Cleveland Cavaliers even did, and they were okay. Colin Sexton, he didn't really play well. He had 17 points, but he didn't really play well. The Knicks played good defense on their guards tonight. Jared Allen, he had 15 points and 9 rebounds. Other than that, nobody else did anything for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Even Andre Drummond only had 4 points. Did have 15 rebounds, but that's almost a given for Andre Drummond. He's going to get 15 rebounds. You can guarantee that. As for the New York Knicks, ladies and gentlemen, they were led by Emmanuel Quickley tonight. Emmanuel Quickley, he had 25 points. He had 5 rebounds, 3 assists. He shot 54.5% from the field. And, Emmanuel Quickley did some things that you could be proud of tonight. Let's put it like that. Also, they were led by Emmanuel Quickley. RJ Barrett, he had 24 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, played very well tonight. Shot 42% from the field, shot 40% from 3. And early on in the game, when Julius Randle wasn't scoring, RJ Barrett, he had it going. And Julius Randle only scored 16 points tonight, 8 rebounds, 6 assists. But that's okay. You don't need Julius Randle to be on his game every single night. I think he only shot the ball maybe 1 or 2 times in the first half of the game. Austin Rivers, he had 13 points off the bench, couple of rebounds, couple of assists. The Knicks had a good, solid team effort. Good, solid team effort by the New York Knicks tonight. You know what I mean? To eke out. I can't even say eke out. You know, they had a 20-point win. I think my only complaint probably about this game is I would have liked to have seen Tom Thibodeau take the guys out, take the starting group out just a little bit earlier in the game. You know what I mean? I mean, already the Knicks are coming off of a long stretch where they tired out at the end of the West Coast trip. If you have a chance to give them just a little bit of rest, a little bit of a break, just give it to them. Knicks up 20 with 2 minutes and 30 seconds left, and for the most part, your starting group is still in the game. Or your closing group, should I say, is still in the game. Other than that, I'm just nitpicking. And I dropped that name for a reason. Nitpicking. How about that? Let me say that. Anyway, let me get to the guys that's here, ladies and gentlemen. The guys and lady that is here with us. How you guys feel, man? We eked out a win. I'm starting with Josh. I'm starting with you, Josh. I'm starting with you because you said we were going to lose this game. You had no doubt in your mind that we were going to lose this game. So what's going on? What's up? We won. How you feel?
So y'all can thank me. Y'all can thank me later. All right. Y'all can thank me later because, like I said, I picked the Knicks to win the past few games and they let me down. So, like I said, the basketball gods hate me. So you see what the results are. You know what I mean? And just another great performance. The Knicks, the number 1 defensive team in the league for a reason. Like I think how many points did the Cavs have? What was it 80?
81.
What was it?
81. They held them to 81 points.
How many times have the Knicks held teams to under 90 points this season? It's crazy. In today's NBA, holding teams to under 90 points. So defensively, the Knicks are, they're playing great defensive basketball right now. And if they continue this and, keep this up, ain't no telling what they can do. But again, offensively, we still got to score more points. You know what I mean? I think that ultimately, down the road, that's what we're going to need to do. And then once we get that going, there's no telling where this Nick team can go. Right now, they're outplaying their roster, the roster that they have. Thibodeau's getting the most out of these guys, and today is just more of the same of that. So, I'm happy.
Yeah, no doubt. Devon, how you feeling, man?
Oh, man, I said guarantee, so I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, listen, they back home. They got some rest. They off the trip. They got their energy up, and they just showed up, man. I mean, Knicks are going to be a 500 team, man. I think that's where we at. You know what I mean? I just think that they got resiliency there, man. Like I said, they lost 5, won 3, lost 3, but they won some more. So I feel good. I think good night for RJ Barrett. I'm really, and I just want to see him come at the beginning of the third quarter. RJ got to get himself involved in the beginning of the third quarter. Yep. Not wait till the end of the third quarter. That boy could be putting up higher numbers than that. If he soon as you come out of the second half, get up a couple of shots. Don't wait till you get all the way down to almost a quarter over, then you decide to be aggressive. I want to see RJ be aggressive coming out of the gate in the second half. And I think he'll take his game to another level then. It might take next year for that to happen because it's a progression. But other than that, man, Quickley, big night. Mitchell Robinson set the tone in the first quarter with them 2 blocks on my man Drummond. You ain't coming in here tonight just that easy, and he did it. Even if he didn't have a good game, but he set the tone. That's why our defense only gave him 81 points tonight, 80-something or whatever.
Yeah. Tony?
What up? Shout out to the chat. Little Black is time. Shout out to the panel. Salute. I'm ready to hear this spread love because I gotta go to bed and I just wanted to see the Knicks family before I go to bed. But I'm gonna sleep good tonight. I'll tell you that. I'm gonna sleep
no doubt
good.
About that.
It won't be 8 hours, but it's gonna feel like 12 probably because the Knicks is back on a stop that 3-game skid. I only saw the second half, but what I saw I loved. It looked like RJ Barrett is continuing his consistency, so and his good shooting percentage. And if he keeps that up, yeah, I mean, sky's the limit for him. Because if that's all he has to do, whether it's 4 for 8 or whatever it is, it's less pressure on him. Just get to your spots and shoot good shots. And it looks like the threes are falling for him. Quickly, what can I say? He did it again. And that's really it. You guys have a good night. I just want, like I said, I want to spread love. So shout out to the chat. Shout out to the panel. Your Blackest time.
All right. Appreciate it, T-Crow. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. Steph? Feeling good? How you feeling?
Yeah, I'm feeling real good. I feel real good about what I'm seeing on the court. Just building off of this defensively. And like Josh said, if we can ever get some consistent offense, I think we're going to be really good. But it's good to have an identity, right, that we're a defensive team. So I like that. I like what I saw out of Obi tonight. It might have been a short stretch, but I liked what I saw out of him. People may not disagree, but I like Quick off the bench. He blew that game open. Yep. So on the days when he's not on, he's not on. But the days when he is, he really gives us something. And that was the difference in the game in the second half. And about our defense, a lot of people are trying to say is people are just missing shots. But Cleveland looked really out of sorts today, and our defense had a lot to do with that. I was just wondering, Drummond, was he in foul trouble, or are they already phasing him out because they know that either they're going to buy him out or trade him? He didn't seem like he played a lot of minutes tonight.
I think that they are phasing him out. I said it in a little group chat that I had with Kevin and some guys, and if you looked at the end of the game, I think Walt and Kenny Albert were. They were doing a trivia question about, Andre Drummond is leading the league and, who's the last person to lead the league in rebounding or whatever it was. And it looked like he was looking up at the scoreboard. Maybe they had it on the scoreboard. I don't know. But he didn't look upset. He was just okay, I'm cool. I'm good. Because I think he knows he's had this discussion already, and they know, this is it. You're just playing games to stay in shape and be ready for, wherever you're going to go next, which it seems like it's going to be Brooklyn.
Right.
Yeah, I think he's done there. And before the deadline, or maybe by the deadline, he'll be bought out, and he'll be in Brooklyn.
Jared Allen was playing a lot too, and he played decent. Jared Allen played decent, especially on the defensive end. So really, there's really no need for Drummond anymore. I mean, to be honest.
Yeah, so definitely, I think he's on his way. He's on his way out. It's probably already, in a group chat with KD and Harden and Kyrie. You know what I'm saying? Kev shaking his head. Kev, I'm coming to you, man. Coming to you. What's going on with you, bro?
No, not at all. Not at all. I wasn't shaking my head over over that and everything. But what I was going to ask was, do you think that puts them over the top if they get Drummond?
I'm gonna tell you what, that makes them really tough.
It could.
That makes them really tough. If and I know we're here to talk about the Knicks, so we can get into that maybe a little bit later. But I'll just say, if Drummond goes to the Nets, that really does make them tough. I mean, they'll have to add some veterans and some other players to fill out their bench a little bit, but they'll be tough. Yeah. But talk to me about the game, though.
Oh, I love the game. I was a little shaky in the very beginning. They got to get off to better starts. Because if you're going to rely on your bench to always bring you back, I just don't like it when they're in a hole and then they got to dig themselves out. And against anybody else, that probably would have happened. We would have been in a big a deep hole trying to dig ourselves out. And with the way Cleveland had been playing, I thought that's what was going to happen. And luckily, it didn't. I didn't realize how inconsistent defensively Cleveland's backcourt was.
Right.
For as much as they're good, offensively, defensively, they were last in the league last year. So,
they're good this year. Defensively, they're really good this year.
Yeah, okay, they are. Well, the team itself is really good this year.
Yeah, it's good this year.
The team itself.
Right. But the backcourt itself, because I just like the way Quickley was handling it, to him and Rivers. So
yeah.
Overall good game. I liked I liked the what Mitch was doing out there a little bit, and RJ, man, if he's not going to be a star, he is going to be a star.
Yeah, you're right.
He is going to be a star.
That's right.
He is going. Josh, everything you were saying about him, totally get it. I think that's if Randall's your number one, he's definitely your number two.
He's proven it lately for sure. He definitely proven it lately. Beginning of the season, I didn't see. I mean, he's playing totally different now than he was before.
Literally.
And this is what I was saying. At the beginning of the season, RJ Barrett, if he's going to be that second best player, we got to have performances like this from him every night, where he's efficient and he's doing everything that we give him all the praises for. He has to do this every night and be consistent.
Yeah.
He can have games off here and there, but you can't go that whatever stretch of games where he was shooting poorly and all that. That can't happen. That cannot happen. So
I think I think he's found his touch. I think he has and everything. Oh, and I liked Obi Toppin too. Obi Toppin did some things too that I like and everything. So
Chop.
Yeah, that's about it.
Talk to me, Chop. I don't know if you got a chance to see the game.
I've been watching live with Guillermo and Kev left. And he came on here. Mommy, salute. God bless you, mommy. You know we love you. The first lady, of NYK.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
So
quickly 25 points, but 5 rebounds, 3 assists. Is that the numbers?
Yeah, it's about that. Yep.
4, I think.
Yep. 3 or 4 assists. 3 assists, 25 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists.
And did we win by 21 points or 20?
We lost, but we won by 21. Yeah.
Okay, all right.
So how you feeling? About it?
I'm feeling good that I stayed up to watch the game and we won.
Nah, I feel you. And look, everybody was talking about Damian Dotson. We should have kept Damian Dotson because da-da-da-da-da. And he didn't play tonight. He's basically being used the way that Tom Thibodeau sometimes uses his players. If we need you, we throw you out there. If not, you're not playing. Damian Dotson didn't play tonight. Now, JaVale McGee, he got no playing time tonight. I'm sure when Andre Drummond moves on, JaVale McGee will be a mainstay in the lineup. One area that I am concerned with the Knicks is I don't like the way that Alec Burks looks in the starting lineup.
Yeah, I was going to say
I don't like it. You know, I know we're putting him in there right now because Reggie Bullock is out. But I don't like the way it looks. It just Reggie Bullock doesn't need to dribble the basketball. He plays at a high pace. He's kind of high octane. Obviously, we know what he can do on the defensive end. But on the offensive side, he doesn't need to dribble. He can come off screens. When he catches the ball, he's usually getting in the air to shoot it. Or, you know, him and Randall play this handoff game, and Randall sets a screen and he shoots it from the free throw line. Burks sometimes looks all over the place to me. You know, he was much more comfortable in the second unit, I thought. But in the first unit, sometimes he just looks all over the place. He has a problem staying on his feet a lot, seems. You know, he falls a lot. I mean, there was one time in the first quarter where he tripped and he was falling. He still had the ball and he jumped right up and shot it. I was like, what the heck are you doing? You know, I feel like it's a little bit clumsy with him in that first lineup. But they don't have a choice right now. You know, he's got to be in the first lineup right now. I mean, he doesn't have to be, but it's probably
I think
the
they
best.
do, Sam.
But okay, go ahead.
I think they do have a choice, and I was thinking about this. Right now Tibbs has been really, really consistent with the lineups. You know, really the only position that's been really changing is the two, because, you know, Bullock or Rivers or Burks has really been out. So, you know, but I think the Knicks really have an opportunity right now. And I know Knox is not really playing well, but since RJ Barrett is playing well, keep him in the starting lineup, move him back down to the two and get Knox up into the three position. Because I think even Burks or Rivers, I really don't like none of those guys in the starting lineup playing next to RJ. So, you know, I would potentially bring Knox, bring him in as the three, bring RJ back down to the two, and then you still got the shooting, and then you got RJ still on the floor doing his thing.
I think
that might be a good thing.
It definitely makes more sense. I agree with you.
Yeah, I think that's definitely worth a try. You know, just to see how it looks, because right now, I don't know. I don't like the way it looks with Burks in it. Devon, what do you think?
I agree with you, man. I think the Burks is too ball dominant for me to play with Julius Randle and RJ. He just ball dominant. And one thing I'm disappointed about, Knox is squandering a good opportunity with Bullock's out. This is when Knox said, man, I got a chance to really put myself in the game. And I'm just kind of scared, like Sim said, his confidence is wavering and he's not taking advantage of the opportunity. You know what I mean? I'm like, Knox, you got a chance. Bullock ain't been here. You need to step your game up. Right. And I feel bad for him in that percent because he's a young man and he seems like his confidence is wavering. But yeah, that Bullock thing, the Burke thing, I agree with Josh 100%. I don't like him in the start. I don't like him in the start lineup to me.
Him nor Rivers. I mean, people, you know, we can replace Burks with Rivers, but Rivers is kind of the same thing. He needs the ball in his hands too. You know what I mean? In order for him to be effective. So I really don't think that's, you know, they can go with that. So, you know, either we wait for Bullock to come back and just rival what we have, or, you know, Thibodeau can go with the Knox lineup, which I don't think he will because he's stubborn and he's been consistent with the lineups the whole season. So
right, and I agree. I don't think he will either. I think one, because he is stubborn, but two, I think he's a proponent of, I'm not going to put you in there just because I want to see what it looks like. You've got to show me that you belong, you know, that you belong there. You know what I'm saying? You know, you've got to show me that, yeah, I need to put you in there, or I can put you in there, or I can trust you. I don't think Knox has proved to Thibodeau, you know, that he can trust him. You know what I mean? So I think that's a big part of what, you know, how Thibodeau plays the basketball game. But I think it could help that starting lineup, to be honest with you, because it does become very ball dominant. It's very closed in, right? They're playing inside the 3-point line and not playing wide enough You know, and you know, Burks, I don't think helps that. Even though he can shoot the three, I don't think he helps it. You know, because he does like to dribble the ball and is kind of ball dominant as well. You know, where Knox can, you know, he doesn't need the ball in his hands, or he's not going to have the ball in his hands. He's going to spot up. You know.
Right.
One thing that I did like, we got a chance to see what Obi would look like with a starting group. Kinda. Right? He was out there with Elfrid Payton, R.J. Barrett, Mitchell Robinson, then it was Obi, and then it was Austin Rivers. Right, for a stint there in the third quarter, I believe it was. And it looked okay. It looked good. Now, I don't remember exactly who Cleveland had on the floor, but at least you got a small glimpse of it, of what it could look like with him in the starting lineup, you know. Obi had a couple of good moments tonight, you know, where he knocked down a three. You know, he had to the basket. He had a little stretch where, I think he went to the basket, scored, he knocked down a three, grabbed a couple of good rebounds. You know, so he had a nice little stretch there. Tom Thibodeau obviously doesn't trust him fully either, right? So that's why he's not getting those minutes, probably on the defensive end. Obi Toppin played 12 minutes tonight. He had 5 points, 3 rebounds. You know, so I don't think he's trusting him fully either. You know, I guess we'll get there at some point. You know, I guess we'll get there. Looking at the numbers tonight behind the game. Yeah, right. Looking at the numbers behind the game tonight, the Knicks, it was a scrappy game, ladies and gentlemen, a super scrappy game. The Knicks shot 48.7% from the field, though, and the Cleveland Cavaliers shot 34.5% from the field. Didn't start out that way, and I was afraid we were going to be in for a long night. But the Knicks, they pulled it out. The Knicks did not win the rebounding battle, even with Andre Drummond spending a lot of time on the bench. He had 15 rebounds, and the Cavs won the rebounding battle. The Knicks had 20 assists to the Cavs 15. Both teams had 8 steals, 6 blocks for the Knicks, 5 for the Cleveland Cavaliers, 13 turnovers for the Knicks, 14 for the Cavs. The Knicks shot, again, 48, basically 49% from the field, while the Cavs were 34.5. The Knicks shot 37% from 3, 87.5% from the free throw line. And the Knicks actually had 12 transition points. You know, in that second quarter, they got some steals. Yep, they got some steals, and they got out on the break and got some transition buckets. They got a couple of rebounds and turned it into transition buckets, you know, which is really good and exactly what we need from this team from time to time at least. You know, we can't just have seven fast break points per game. Some games, none. Can't have that. Second chance points, the Knicks had 10, Cleveland 11, and the Knicks won the battle in the paint. They had 48 points in the paint to Cleveland's 38. The Knicks were led in scoring by Emmanuel Quickley to Darius Garland for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Randall still led the team in rebounds with 8 and Drummond 15. Randall led the Knicks in assists with 6, and Colin Sexton had 5. And Andre Drummond led the Cavaliers with blocks at 2, and Mitchell Robinson had 3 blocks tonight. You know, there is one little pet peeve, man, that I just want to talk about, and it's not just the Knicks that do it, but it bothers me across the league. Is this? And obviously it's been happening for years, but it bothers me when, you know, a team, we turn the ball over and then you foul instead of getting back on defense. That bothers me so much. You seen Quickley do it today, you know, when he went out in the first half with his 3rd foul instead of getting back on defense. And I just can't understand when teams do this. It'd be the first quarter. You turn the ball over, and instead of getting back on defense, you give up a foul that you can use later in the game. I can understand if it's late in the game and you turn the ball over and you foul him because you're like, all right, you know, I'm not going to let him just go get a bucket. At least we have, you know, I mean, save your fouls for that. You know, we're doing it in the first quarter. We're doing it early in the second quarter. And it bothers me that, you know, it's just lazy. Already. With people back already. It's just lazy. Yeah. That's not good basketball to me. You know what I mean?
Rivers did the same exact thing the last game. That's what took him out took him out before the half. The same exact thing.
The same exact thing, exactly. And I would think that Tom Thibodeau was teaching something different, or maybe he hasn't even touched on it at all. Who knows? It just bothers me that, teams do this instead of it just bothers me. That's just a pet peeve of mine. You know what I mean? Just a pet peeve of mine. Looking at the Knicks' performance, I don't know who else played or did what tonight. We talked about Knox, and he's got to get his confidence up a little bit. Not a little bit. He's got to get his confidence up again, because if he doesn't, he's going to find himself, his minutes are going lower and lower. He played 8 minutes tonight. The only person paid lower minutes than him of guys who got on the floor was Taj Gibson, who played 40 seconds. And here's how, let me tell you something, Josh, and this is not going at you, but I think you agree with me. For everybody who talks about the plus minus, right? Taj Gibson played 42nd, and he was a +3. That tells you what you need to know about that whole plus minus number right there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I agree with you. I mean, you're really only supposed to apply that stat to guys who play a lot. I mean, you can read it and it'll say, plus whatever. But if the guy's not playing a lot, then you really can't use it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Caller, you're live. What's popping?
Sam, what up, boy?
What's going on, man? How you feeling?
From Twitter, man. Living, bro.
You breaking up on me, man. You breaking up. You there?
So what's going on? Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah,
So what I wanted to talk to you about, because I'm watching the live stream and I didn't even know you picked up. You didn't even know. It didn't even say you got a caller. But anyways, I wanted to talk about this Knox situation. Honestly, what does he do well? I come at you on Twitter all the time. What does he do well? He shoots corner threes. Most of his shots are open. So if somebody wants to say he has a high shooting percentage, I would hope so. All of his shots are open. He doesn't take any contested shots. 6'9", 6'10". He doesn't have a post game. He doesn't finish at the rim well. He doesn't play defense. He makes probably one or two impact defensive plays a game, if that. He doesn't rebound. I just can't see when you guys are saying his confidence needs to improve. It's like, what does he do? As far as boy with the Knicks hat, I'm sorry, I don't remember his name.
Josh.
I would like to see him in the starting lineup too, Josh. I would like to check it out. You know what I mean? See what could happen, because I'm not feeling Burks. Burks be on some baloney. I don't know what's up with him.
Let me start with this.
I wanted to just say one thing.
Let me just start with one thing, though. Let me start with one thing. I was at Clyde's Wine and Dine. Me and my daughter, we were at Clyde's Wine and Dine, and we had a conversation with Walt Clyde Frazier. We were talking about Frank Ntilikina, right? And and Tony Crow was there with me, and we asked, "What's the biggest thing? What's wrong with Frank? How come Frank can't produce?" He said the biggest thing is confidence. He said that's the biggest thing with Frank Ntilikina is confidence. And if you've played basketball, you know. I've played basketball where I'm with people and I'm people, like playing against professionals, right? Guys that played overseas, this and that. And, I'm a little bit like, all right, can I handle him defensively? Can I do this? Can I do that? And I go out there with a little bit less confidence than I normally would have. And so when I shoot the ball, I'm a little tentative. When I'm making this move, that move, I'm a little bit tentative and not fully confident in myself. And I'm usually able to bring myself out of it. But if you have someone who can't bring themselves out of it, yes, confidence means a lot, because you can have a player that has a lot of skill. And if they don't have the confidence in themselves, he's not going to do anything. And I think that I just think that's the biggest issue with him is his confidence. He's not confident. I don't think he believes that he belongs on the stage half the time that he's out there. I don't believe that he believes it. You know what I mean? And I think that's where there's a lot of issues with him. I would like to see him in that starting lineup. Just to see how it would look. you know. But he's got to feel confident, man. I mean, he's a player on his team that could benefit from playing in that G League. I don't know how it's going to work this year as far as the G League, but he
third year though, Sim.
Hey, you got players that been in the G League for longer than that and older than that. There's players in the G League right now that's 24, 25 years old. And one of these days they're going to get into the NBA and maybe do well. I mean, it happens that way. Yes, there are players in the G League that are way older than 21. That's what the G League is for.
What do you think about this?
Yeah.
Can we just say it's a mistake that we drafted him? We package him for something like J.J. Redick? Can we just say that? Like,
I mean, listen, I am not opposed to moving anyone on the team for the right.
RJ Barrett got to stay, but I hear you.
I mean, if someone said, hey, if something crazy happened and Kawhi Leonard was available for RJ Barrett, then I'd do it. You know what I'm saying? That's why I always say, and I know that sounds outlandish, but I always say no player in the NBA is beyond being traded, in my opinion, for the right package.
Fair.
No player, right, for the right package. But I'll move them. I don't have a problem with moving them. Trust me, that's not my issue. I don't have a problem with moving them.
Okay. I just wanted to say this last thing, and I'm gonna get off because I got to get to work, man. I've been begging for this call.
I know he has. He been hitting me up like, Sim, pick up the phone. Pick up the phone.
a few streams ago, you were going at it with the chat. I mean the stream. Kevin Knox versus Obi, and you kept on saying Obi's older and Obi this and Obi that.
It wasn't Knox versus Obi. I wasn't getting into that. I was more just talking about. It was more about Obi, not really Knox. But go ahead.
Okay. Then never mind. I thought you were trying to say like, oh, he's older, so he should be more advanced than Knox. Even though I think he is, I think he's a better player than Knox already. He already has an impact in the 5 minutes than Knox does in 8 minutes. It's just I'm not big on Knox, and I think I'm biased because I wanted Michael Porter Jr. But it is what it is, man. Let me get out of here.
Yeah, I appreciate you. I mean, you know, given the situation with Michael Porter Jr. at the time, you know, you can understand that why they didn't take Michael Porter Jr. I think you can probably understand that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do. Back injuries, you know. Mm-hmm.
Right. Hey, get to work, man. Get to work. Don't be late. Appreciate you.
All right, brother.
All right, peace. Prince, what's going on, man? I didn't know if you was here or not. Let me get to you, my brother. I know you got to be feeling good about the game and whatnot. What's going on with you, man?
Hey, man, I love a Knicks W, man. Especially when we play, you know what I'm saying, good team basketball down the stretch. Quickly got hot, you know what I'm saying? So, again, we can't ask for much more for young Quick. Tom Thibodeau keep telling all y'all can shut up and chill out. Quickly won't be starting no time soon until he say so. So stop asking him. Like,
that's what he said.
Like, yeah, like
no,
basically,
but he didn't say that. He didn't say that. It was kind of like he did kind of just say, "Look, we like where Quickley is in the lineup, and that's how it's going to be. You know, this is how we feel is, you know, it's best." And basically, he was saying, "Look, stop asking me." And reporters stop asking him.
Yeah, stop asking me. I ask you every game, win or lose. But no, I'm not going to start him because y'all want me to start him, man.
But you know what's going to happen next. You know what's going to happen next. And you seen in the post game, you know, they tried to sneak it in there with Quickley a little bit. Pretty soon, those media people are going to start asking Quickley, how do you feel about not starting? Watch. Yep. It's going to come.
And then start asking the teammates too.
Do you like
asking RJ and everybody else?
The second unit, man.
Yep. And but you know what? Quickly smart, and I'm pretty sure he's going to say, wherever the team needs me, that's where I'm going to play. I know that's what he's going to say.
Yeah, he went to Kentucky U, man. He got that good sportsmanship, communication etiquette.
Yeah.
He know how to keep the team first, keep it faith positive. But yeah, man, look at this. This was a good win. Good way to stop the bleeding. Like I said in the pregame, I knew that we would definitely kind of have this one on the calendar. For that first unit, I don't know what we're gonna do about them. But again, I see why Tom Thibodeau does what he does, and even if that first unit is kind of stagnant, you got that spark plug and Quickley and Austin Rivers. So again, I think this team got a lot more to grow. I think this next 10 games is going to really dictate and really show where we are and where we go from here. The next 10 games, because I think that'll really put a good footing on the season. So again, I don't know. Like I said, if those trades that we talked about is will be seen now, or we'll see them after the next 10 games. Because I think another 10 games, like Divine said, I think we gel, become a better team. So again, I would like to see how we look. But again, I'm always for upgrading the roster and upgrading the talent around here. But again, if we keep playing basketball like this, then our issue is just consistency. If we can get consistent and the guys stay healthy and we can really hammer out these lineups and rotations, I think, like I said, we know what we seen what they show us and what we could be. And if, that product is real, I look forward to these next 10 games. Hopefully we can go 6-4. If we go 7-3, I think we're gonna really start to open the NBA's eyes, and I think we'll be 4th or 5th seed. I think at that.
Yeah.
So
yeah. And somebody asked if the Knicks fans. This is Knicks fan for life on IG. He said, if Knicks fans controlled the roster, where would the lineup be? If Knicks fans controlled the roster, we'd be all every day there'd be a new line. Every game there'd be a new lineup. You know what I'm saying? Theo Pinson would be our starting shooting guard. Iggy would be the starting 3 guard one of these days. You know what I'm saying? Jared Harper would have been up in the starting lineup. You know what I mean?
Alfred Payton to be holding the clipboard.
Alfred Payton to be holding the clipboard, pushing the broom. Last year, Julius Randle would have been off the team.
No, you can't let us run the lineups. Yeah, Knicks fans, it'll be awesome.
You got the Obi at the 3.
Obi would have been at the 3.
At the 2 with some of these kids. And again, I missed the night. So again, how did Knox lose us the game tonight? Since everybody blowing up in
now he only played 8 minutes.
He only played 8
what
minutes.
What did he do to lose us the game? No, everybody in the chat talking about he sucked and all of this. I'm like, what did he do in 8 minutes to lose us the game tonight? I could have sworn we won. But again, okay, I guess everybody got to blame somebody, even when we win. So I guess Knox is. It's Knox's fault.
Greenhouse would have said Miles Powell would have been starting at the 1. RJ would have been traded.
Or coming off the bench.
Or coming off the bench.
Hey, you see, a lot of people was going crazy about Miles Powell. You ain't never lied, Sil.
Cam would have probably been posting up Mitchell Robinson.
Right.
Cap would
Noel starting.
Yeah, right. I would have had Noel starting. Can't catch the ball.
Hey, check it out. Mitch at the stretch 4 shooting his 3s.
Yeah, it'd be crazy.
Right.
It'd be crazy.
Cornerstone sitting in the front row.
Definitely be in the rotation, right, Kev?
Cornerstone sitting in the front row and Spike Lee's seat with the hat on and the glasses and everything.
Oh, yeah, look, Frank would have been playing the 1, the 2, and the 3 if Kev had any control over it. Caller, you live. What's popping?
What's going on, man?
How you feeling?
Definitely. I'm good, man. Diehard Knicks fan living out in Philly right now.
All right.
Y'all had me crying. Just now, man. It sounded like 2K. 2K squad. But I wanted to call in and focus on something that I've been looking at for the first time. Being a Knicks fan, I'm really looking forward to is the development stage. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So if you look at this team, every time we get 2 days off, we come back. Practice and everything like that, we come back a different looking team.
Right.
Couple things I saw, right, is Quickley, for example. Last game, he's gonna have up and down games. But the dude Johnny Bryant, had him talk to Lily. Not Lily. Had him talk to Lillard.
Yeah,
right?
to Dame Lillard. Yep.
And these little things right there is going to help him propel himself, you know what I mean, to the next level. Then you got Kenny Payne. You got to be working with Julius and the big man. So it's from a developmental standpoint, if you look at the Knicks, like compared to like last year or other years, you can definitely see where they're actually getting better because of these people that's in place.
Right.
So
right.
as a Knicks fan, like that's something that I'm looking forward to. I can't lie to you.
Yeah, and you seen before the game started, or maybe it was during the game, but they showed what the drill that Julius Randle was doing before the game, right? Making sure his base was strong while Kenny Payne was, putting a little bit of weight on him, and then he shoot the ball, those type of things. And those little things, those little moments. If you have 5-10 minutes, those little moments of doing certain drills, and you do them every day or before every game and stuff like that, just helps you grow and helps you get better. And when you have a coaching staff that understands it, like you're saying, you see, and I see guys getting better in certain areas every single game.
Definitely. So I just want to say salute to the chat. I always talk about negative things when I call, so that was something positive I saw. I want to kind of stick to it. Salute to the chat. Happy belated to you, too.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you. Appreciate you.
No problem. Thanks for the call.
And big shout out to Sean D. Thank you for the super chat. He said, happy belated birthday. Thank you. I appreciate you for being on. And Knicks fan for life on IG. Thank you for the super chat. He also said, happy birthday. He said, have a shot on me. I mean, I do got a bar in my house, so, I might have to take you up on that offer when I get off of here. But let me get to another call. Caller, you live. What's popping?
Hey, Sam, what's going on, man?
What's going on with you, man? How you feeling?
Feeling good, man. It's been a little while since I called, but I've been having phone problems with you.
Yeah, I can hear. Yeah, the phone is a little bit breaking up right now.
What thing I want to talk about was kind of the same thing other caller was talking about that.
Hey, my man, I'm going to have to get you to give me a call back because the phone is breaking up real bad. I need you to give me a call back. Let me get it to another call here. Caller, you live. What's popping? Hey, yo, you there? I don't know. Guess we lost that one. But guys, yeah.
Sam, can I address something?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm sorry. Can I address something in the chat real quick? So from Kyrie 420, he said it earlier. He said in the chat in YouTube, one negative he'll say about Quickley is he should not taunt the opponent when he dunks, stared at the dude kind of hard, and when he hit the three, he showed his age a little bit swimming on the floor. And then he said rookies should not be taunting. I disagree. with that.
Let the dude eat.
Listen, we have not seen that kind of passion out of Knicks players in a very, very long time. I like seeing that. I like seeing him confident like that because honestly, I think that's going to help his game even more. Being confident like that, not necessarily cocky, not going overboard, but when you dunk on somebody, that's like, you're supposed to run back up the court like Tim Duncan. You know what I mean? You're supposed to celebrate a little bit, show some enthusiasm. So yeah, I disagree with that point.
I didn't mind him looking at him when he dunked. The swimming on the floor thing, I didn't like that. And then he didn't even get the foul call. They reversed it. Right? I didn't like that. I didn't like that. The dunk part, I'm cool with that. I didn't like the swimming on the floor thing. I didn't like that part.
Sim, Steph Curry, after Steph Curry hit some threes when he's really hot, you see him dancing around like a third grader. Nobody says anything about that. Nobody says anything about that.
I just think it's a little bit different than being on your stomach on the floor swimming. I just think that's a little bit different. If I was a coach, I'd have grabbed him like, get your ass up off the floor. What the hell are you doing? Get ready to shoot your shot. You know what I'm saying? That's how I am. You know what I mean? You run down the floor and you shake your shoulders or something like that. Okay, that's one thing you run it back. Is on your belly swimming on the floor. You might as well do the worm while you're down there. You know what I mean?
Tim did say he was nitpicking tonight.
Hey, you might do that next time, Sam.
I just.
It's a different
that one I didn't like.
World now.
That one I didn't like. I don't mind him dunking on him and staring at him, even if he had a little something quick to say. I don't even care. I don't care about that. I just didn't like him being on his belly swimming. I was like, come on, get up off the floor, man. You know what I'm saying? But I get it. He's young. He's 21 years old. He's young. He's gonna do things and have a good time. You know what I mean?
He's gonna be on his YouTube account.
You know, I get it. You know,
my YouTube account.
You know, he's gonna be some.
No, he wasn't no Barry Sanders player, man. He probably did all type of outlandish, throwing towels in people's face.
To be honest with you, I was so serious on the court. I was like super serious. I never even smiled on the court. Not even after we scored buckets or something like that. I never even smiled. Score a bucket, I just ran straight back to get on defense or whatever my defensive assignment was. I was like a super serious player.
Tim Duncan.
You know, just a serious player. You know what I mean?
I've been here before. I know
my family member, my cousins used to be like, you never say hi to us in the stands. I'm like, I don't even hear you. I can't even hear the crowd when I'm on the court.
Yeah.
I can't hear anything else that's going on outside of what's happening on the floor. You know, I didn't hear nothing like that. So, but I mean, I get it. He's young. You know, he's gonna do stuff like that. You know, I
call it
get
entertainment for nothing now.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, like I said, the dunk, he dunked on him. That was a nice dunk. And you looked at him, you know, had a word or two, went on about his business, but I just didn't like the swimming on his belly thing. I was like, what the heck?
Yeah, that's big. I mean, look, Jason Tatum dunked on LeBron James in the playoffs, and you know, he said something, looked at him. I thought that was pretty good. You got to do that sometimes, you know. You got to show some type of enthusiasm.
That's what I'm saying about the dunk. I'm just saying about the swimming thing. I don't even know what that was all about.
But Walt Clyde Frazier got a good meme after that, though. After he was going hot, he said Cleveland need to reel him back in.
Yeah. Yeah.
But Walt Frazier got a good one off of that one. I was like, he said, Clyde said, yo, they need to reel him back in now.
Yeah.
Well, at least it's not happening to us. At least other teams are not doing that to us, just staring us down and making fun of us. You know what I mean? We're home, you know, so I like it. I don't have a problem with any of it, you know?
And you know what? That kind of stuff hasn't happened all season long because they know this team plays hard. And they come at you, you know what I mean, and that's a good thing because for the past few years, I mean, you know, people doing all kinds of stuff, laughing, joking, flipping bottles, doing all kinds of stuff when they play the Knicks, and this year it's not happening. I think it started last year though. That's one thing I will say. It started last year when Elfrid Payton came over and pushed Jay Crowder, even though it turned into whatever it turned into. You know, it kind of
loved it.
It kind of sent that message that it's not happening like this anymore. You know what I mean? Even in preseason, I think Marcus Morris did something. I forgot what it was. He got a technical foul. Hit him in the head with the ball. Yeah, right. So you know, I think last year that kind of started last year, and you know, it's moved over into now they're doing it legitimately just by playing hard-nosed defense. You know. So, you know, good game by the Knicks. But now we got to chase. Now we got to face off against the Los Angeles Clippers coming up. What is that, Sunday at 1 p.m.?
Mm-hmm.
Sunday.
1 p.m., correct.
Yeah, 1 p.m. on Sunday. That's going to be, I think the Clippers, right now, I think they were 12-5 the last that I looked. I'm not exactly sure if they played tonight. I'm going to check and look right now. The Clippers they're 15-5, not 12-5. They're 15-5. They won their last 2 games. They're 9-1 in the last 10 games. That's going to be a tough one. You already know. I don't know.
Is Paul George playing?
No,
I'm not sure.
They been out the last 2 games.
They didn't play tonight either.
They didn't play tonight either?
They didn't play tonight.
Paul George and Kawhi.
So who did they play tonight? Let me see. The Clippers played the Magic tonight. They beat them 116-90. Paul George played tonight. Paul George had 26 points. He played tonight.
Oh, he did?
Yeah. Yep, he had 26 points, 9 rebounds, and 5 assists. I mean, when you look at their lineup, man, you know, these guys got a lineup. Of course, you got actually Kawhi Leonard played tonight too. Kawhi Leonard had 24 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists.
I don't know where I heard that.
Yep. Nicholas Batum, he played 27 minutes tonight. Serge Ibaka's at center. He had 13 points, 9 rebounds. Paul George had 26 points, 9 rebounds, and 5 assists. Reggie Jackson is their starting point guard. He had 10 points, 4 rebounds. Then on the bench, you got Luke Kennard, Terrence Mann. You got Marcus Morris. You got Zubac. You got Lou Williams. You know, so, I mean, they have They got a squad, man. And then they got Daniel Turro. Didn't we draft Daniel Turro? Right? Didn't we draft him and trade him, right?
Yeah.
So they have a squad that, you know, we should be scared about. And I'm glad that we got this win. It gives us just a little bit of, not really cushion, but if we would have lost this game and we go 4 games under, then we got to play the Clippers and go 5 games under. You know, now we won this game. Hopefully we can beat the Clippers and, you know, get to be 10-11, but that's going to be a tough game. You know what I mean? That's going to be a real tough one. Let me get to this call. I'm going to come around and see what we think about the Clippers. Caller, you live. What's popping?
Hey, what's popping, Sam?
How you feeling, man?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Feeling real good. We just got this win, so I'm good.
Yeah, quick point. In regards to these guys fouling rather than getting back, what you guys touched on earlier.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Knowing the type of coach that Tom Thibodeau is, I don't think that they're just doing that happy-go-lucky. I think that's by design.
You think so?
They're doing it too often. I think they just trying to stop the fast break.
Right.
Crunching the numbers and figuring that stopping the fast break is with the foul is better than actually letting the play go on.
Right. I mean,
like I said, knowing
I get it. That's what it's about.
Tom Thibodeau is. I really think that that's by design. I really think that that's coming from the coaches, like to foul to prevent that fast break every time.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, Quickley fouled just before the half.
Often.
You know, Quickley fouled just before the half and picked up his 3rd foul. I don't think you want to do it there. You know what I'm saying? The other game, Austin Rivers did it and picked up his. Austin Rivers is hot. I mean, scored. You know, he's blazing hot, and then you score and pick up your 3rd foul and have to come out of the game. You know what I mean? I think there are times when you do it.
I noticed it too. But I'm thinking that it's happening too often for, like, I don't think that Tom Thibodeau will put up with it.
Yeah, I mean,
happening so often if it wasn't by design.
Right. Well, I'm hoping that it's not by design, because I'd like to see these guys, you know, use that strategy in the 4th quarter. You know, when that basket, that 2 points is critical to the game being won or lost. You know what I'm saying? When it's happening at the top of the 2nd quarter, you know, unless the team is just on a crazy run and you like, you know, we can't let them get this bucket. I get it. You know what I mean? But when, you know, the game is kind of tight or you got the lead and they're on a fast break and you're just going to foul because you don't want to get back and you got guys back, you know, you got to use it strategically. But it's all across the NBA. You know what I mean? It's not just the Knicks. It's all across the NBA.
All right, I'm going to let you guys get back to it. I'm going to be listening.
I appreciate the call, man.
I always listen to your show. Your guy, Jose, no, not Jose. What's his name? I can't remember his name. His name is slipping my mind right now. Your main character on the show, Isaiah.
Oh, Isaiah.
This guy is hilarious. Yeah, this guy is hilarious. That show, the episode you guys did one time when he came over to your house and you guys playing ball and stuff.
Right. Oh, we're gonna do another one of those. I'm waiting for that. We're gonna do another one of those. Trust me.
That was hilarious. Yeah. Like I said, I'll continue listening. Thanks for taking my call. I
appreciate you, man. Appreciate it.
Right.
And I do want to say to everybody, man, if you guys are on Twitter, make sure you follow me on Twitter. I just put my Twitter account in the YouTube chat. Follow me on Twitter. You know, like to have just conversations on Twitter, just talking about whatever has to do with the Knicks. You know what I mean? But back to the Clippers, Divine. What do you think? Is this a team? Is this game just done for us, or do we have a chance against the Clippers?
I think we got a chance against anybody if we play the defense that we playing. But you know, last week I did say Knicks will lose the last game we lost to, and we will win the Cleveland and the Clippers game. I did say that, so I'm not by me saying Knicks win tonight. I said it last week, but I think the Knicks got a good chance against anybody with their defense, especially at home. So and the Clippers, just like the Knicks went on the West Coast trip, the Clippers they got to come east. They play on the East Coast trip, so they get that same type of, you know, long travel and all that stuff. But I had the Knicks winning last week, and I'm gonna stick to my guns, especially from what I've seen. And our defense keeps us in basketball games, man, and that's the way we play. We play defensive basketball, low scoring, because we can't score. And I think if one of them go off, you could at least stop one of them, at least to slow them down. Whether it's Paul George or Kawhi Leonard, it's one of our guys going to have to really put the challenge to them. And I think Mitch will help out in the middle. And I don't think Serge Ibaka gave him a problem like Andre Drummond because of the physicality. You know what I mean? So right. I think Serge Ibaka is more of a jump shooter now. So I think that further in the paint, I think Mitch can help us out in the defense end there. So I'm gonna take the Knicks, like I said last week. I think we'll beat the Clippers Sunday, I meant to say.
All right. Steph?
This is gonna be a tough one. But whenever I pick the other team, the Knicks, with a game that I feel like they just not gonna get it, they're in there, and we either win or we lose by a little bit. Like on paper, this is going to be a tough game. Yes, we're going to be at home. They have our defense is good, but they have so many weapons. So I'm going to say we lose a close one.
Yeah, I mean,
we'll be in it though.
Yeah, they do have so many weapons, and I'm gonna take a look at just kind of take a look at it real quick. After I get around to everyone, but yeah, they got a lot of weapons. Josh, go ahead, man.
I think the game coming up against the Clippers will be a real test for RJ Barrett, him versus Kawhi Leonard. So that's going to be a good opportunity for RJ to show if he's serious or not, if he's going to be that dude. And you're going up against one of the best defensive players in the NBA, one-on-one defenders in the NBA, one of the best half-court defenders in the NBA, and top 5 player in the world in Kawhi Leonard. You got to show with your A game. So I'm looking forward to seeing what RJ Barrett can do against Kawhi Leonard. And also, we do play a slow pace. The Clippers are kind of built for that because they have 2 of the best half-court players in the NBA, and Leonard and Paul George. So it's going to be tough overall. But RJ Barrett, that matchup with Kawhi Leonard is the one I'm looking forward to.
Yeah. Prince?
This is definitely a measuring stick still. This is one of those games where, like Josh said, you go in and you just, give it your best shot. You definitely can't go in with, too high or too low. You go in too low, we'll get rolled over. But again, going out there and showing some grittiness and some fight that, just to play our pedigree of basketball. If we get in there and we fight with those guys, like I said, we know those are 2 great ball players. And again, they got some guys around them. So, just let's not crumble. Let's not just revert back to old Knick basketball. So those are the things I want to see. Just, us sticking together, fight through adversity, even when we get down. And I think Steph said, and Divine might have alluded to it too, just trying to figure out a way to stop one of those 2 or just slow both of them down. Because again, like I said, if we can keep opposing guards under 40, we got a good chance to win. I've noticed throughout the season. And I don't think they got no point guard, do they? Do they got anybody that we got to worry about?
Reggie Jackson.
So again, that's an Elfrid Payton wash right there. So you know what I'm saying? Like we really got to deal with those 2 bosses, and that's Paul George and Kawhi. So like Josh said, prayerfully RJ is ready to meet the match. We just got to hope that it's a team effort and everybody, we get some contributions from some other guys because we're going to need them. But again, would love to pull that one out. It would be nice to pull that one out before we go into Chicago with the doubleheader.
Yeah, that's true. When you look at the lineups and these lineups are not matched up where it looks right, because Kawhi Leonard definitely isn't playing center. But, it's Reggie Jackson and Elfrid Payton, Nicholas Batum and Burks, and then you got Kawhi Leonard, and so I don't know where they're gonna play Kawhi Leonard and Paul George, right? Serge Ibaka and Mitchell Robinson is gonna face off, and then you might have it could be Kawhi Leonard and RJ Barrett, it could be Paul George and RJ Barrett, it could be Julius Randle and Kawhi Leonard, Julius Randle and Paul George.
No, Sam, they got Batum as the 4, so Batum is gonna play the 4.
Batum is
Kawhi
playing the
3,
4,
and Pete.
And they say he been playing good too.
And PG at the 2. PG or Kawhi Leonard at the 2 or the 3.
Ouch.
Yeah, that's a really good defensively. Defensively, they're going to be hard to score on. I'll tell you that
Absolutely.
right now.
Serge Ibaka can hold that middle down too.
Man, and we're already a team that doesn't score well. I mean, you never know. The Knicks could surprise you, right? Because they're a team that they kind of.
Burks can't guard neither one of them.
You know,
I'm sorry, I'm talking out loud. I'm talking out loud. Sorry, sir. That's why I stay on mute all the time.
Yeah, but you know, the Knicks are kind of a team that they seem to step up. You know, they step up when they're playing somebody really good. They step up to the competition sometimes. But the Clippers have, you know, they average 113.8 points per game. And then on defense, they are right now. Let me see where they are defensively as far as points per game, or their defensive rating. Their defensive rating is 8. They're the 8th. They give up 108.1 points per game. So they're a good defensive team and a good offensive team. They're going to be really, really tough to deal with.
It's going to come down to buckets, you know, and I don't know how big of a three-point shooting team they are. I'm pretty sure they're more streaky than anything because I don't think they got many shooters. So, again, it's going to be really, like Josh said, down to that half-court basketball and just praying we just don't let them get out early with transition buckets off of steals and things of that nature. But if it's a methodical game, I don't think Bethune can truly guard Julius, but again, when you got Kawhi and Paul George double teaming and helping, it might be. Yeah, it's gonna the supporting cast is gonna definitely have to help out.
Yeah, and they're the best 3-point shooting team in the league as far as percentage is concerned. They shoot 41.4%.
Well, never mind.
They got Luke Kennard, they got Luke Morris, and PG. Exactly. PG can pull it, you know what I mean? But Luke Kennard hasn't been playing up to his potential.
True.
He's been really disappointing, relative to a lot of their acquisitions. So, but yeah, 41% is 41%.
Right, right. They shoot about 30. They shoot about 35 3-point attempts per game.
Wow. Ain't gonna shoot that Sunday. Not against the Knicks defense. They shoot
that's like 14 or 15 made threes a game. Right?
Yeah. With that. Yeah. They shoot that against us.
So we're gonna have to come ready to play, man. Now they are, kind of ISO heavy. They do average 24, 25 assists per game, but they're a team that is gonna rely on ISO basketball. But they got guys that can put the ball in the bucket. You know what I mean? Then, of course, they got some lightning rods coming off the bench. Marcus Morris, Lou Williams. I'm going to tell you what. Tom Thibodeau might use a short lineup. Because if you think you're going to put Quickley and Obi and Knox and those guys out on the floor against Lou Williams and Marcus Morris and some of those bench guys, you might be looking for trouble. You know what I'm saying? You might be looking for trouble. I mean, again, off the bench, they got Lou Williams, Patrick Beverly, Marcus Morris, Luke Kennard. You know what I mean? Like, they got a tough bench that can come in and play some tough defense as well. You might go with a short lineup. You might go with a short lineup. You might go just 8 or 9 deep. You know what I mean? To beat this team, if you want. If you really trying to beat them. But the thing
with that, Sim, I don't know, because I think as much as they are, inexperienced and inconsistent, I think you might need Obi and Knox. I think they link because I really think Burks is going to be barbecue chicken for either Paul George or I really wish we had this. This is a game where I would, like you say, Sim, I wish we had
Reggie Bullock.
Bullock would be needed. Even though he wouldn't be able to stop neither one of them. But I would feel a lot better with RJ guarding one of them and him guarding the other rather than Burks or freaking Austin Rivers. Is barbecue chicken for both of them.
Well, he was questionable for tonight, so maybe he'll come in and be able to play next. What is it, Sunday? Maybe he'll be able to play Sunday. I hope so. We're gonna need him. That'll give us much needed depth. And then bringing Burks back down into that second unit, it'll give us some good depth. If that happens, Knox might not play.
I think we do see it, Sim. Yeah, I was gonna say one of them. You might not see Knox or Obi. One of them, whoever messes up first. You know what I'm saying? When they do get their first chance of minutes, because you already know it's gonna be, like you said, Sim. It's gonna be a short leash. It'll be a real short leash that night. If you make a wrong miscut, or you know what I'm saying, you out of there. You out of there, brother.
I mean, Quickley gonna have a tough night with Patrick Beverly too. You know what I mean? So,
and that's another one too.
He might have a tough night with Patrick Beverly. But then again, Patrick Beverly plays aggressive. You know, maybe Quickley is able to, you know, get past him, get by him a little bit because he's got some speed. If Patrick Beverly is playing real aggressive, draw some fouls on him. Yeah. So, you know, that might be to Quickley's advantage. We'll see. This will be a really good test for Quickley. You know, we talk about him, you know, he gets a lot of his points against second units, sometimes against first units, but now you're going to have an all defensive guard on you. Right? This is going to be a good test for him with having just like one of those type of guys on him, you know, get to really feel what it's like in the NBA. And because you know how Patrick Beverly is, right? Because Quickley's been doing well, he dropped 31, now tonight he dropped 25. He's going to take that as, that's not happening to me. I'm about to shut this kid down.
Right. And he's a rookie too, and he's a rookie, so you know Pat Bev like to do little stuff like that.
He likes to do stuff,
remember
exactly.
How he took that, he did Lonzo, remember how he did Lonzo that year?
Right. He likes to do stuff like that.
Go
ahead, Steph.
I would say for both Quick and RJ, like we saying that it's a test for them. I mean, if they do well, all it tells me is they're a little ahead of schedule. But if RJ doesn't have an efficient night, he doesn't shoot well. If Quickley doesn't have an efficient night, he doesn't shoot well. I'm not down on them guys. Look who they are going. Look who they're going against. So it's not going to tell me anything about RJ Barrett or Quick if they don't do well against them guys. Now, if they do well, then I'm going to be like, wow, maybe they're a little ahead of schedule. This is RJ's second year. If he's consistent all year and he go up against these guys and he compete, that's great. But if he doesn't, I feel like that's just part of his trajectory. He's a second-year player.
Yeah, right.
So Patrick Beverly was out tonight, so he didn't play tonight. I don't know what his injury is.
Put that in the chat.
Yeah, it doesn't say it on ESPN what the injury was. I'm not sure how long he's going to be out, but he didn't play. So
good.
One less body we ain't got to worry about.
Good.
I wish they all come down and COVID trace. Patrick Beverly, Ruth Morris, all of them.
Oh man, let's see if I can find anything
cats. Where they got 7 cats who could play.
Let me see. It just says out. It doesn't even say why he was out. It just says out. So we'll see. You know, be our luck. It was just, you know, a personal issue. He needed a personal day to take care of something with his family. He'd be back on Sunday or something like that. Who knows?
Right.
And the whole time he was watching Emmanuel Quickley videos.
Right. The whole time, right? Sitting there watching Quickley videos. Like, watch what I do to this kid. Yeah, we'll see. Well, if he is there, though, I do believe, though, if he is there, Quickley might be able to draw a lot of fouls on him because Patrick Beverly is just an aggressive defender. You know what I mean? So he might be able to draw some fouls on him. But we'll see. It's going to be a good game. Yeah, it's going to be a good game. But look, tomorrow, I'm going to be jumping on tomorrow, do the shoot-around tomorrow, jump in and you know, talk about a few things. And then Sunday, since the game is at 1, I'm going to jump in I'll probably do the pregame show about 11 or something like that. You know, come in and do a pregame show. So I appreciate everybody for jumping in. Again, please hit that like button. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. And if you don't follow me on Twitter, please follow me on Twitter. All you got to do is go to twitter.com/nothingbutnicks. Right, so we can, you know, I don't know what's that chat on there that we're in, Josh? Just Knicks chat or something. I don't know.
Oh yeah, it's something I don't even know the name of it.
Yeah, but you know, we can you follow me, we can add you into the chat, so we can you know, chop it up throughout the game. And yeah, I just pinned my Twitter link to the top of the YouTube chat. And I think I'm heading out for the night, man. Any last words you guys want to get in? Divine, I'll start with you.
Yeah, just hoping that we, like I said, we can come out there and play hard. I am concerned about my boy Kevin Knox, though. I truly am. I'm concerned about Knox right now, man. You know how that go with Tibbs. If he'll throw the next man in there. So I hope Knox bounce back Sunday, because I was expecting Knox to have a good year, and I still believe in Knox. But I am a little concerned about the way he's playing. Like I had said earlier, I would like to see Knox get some get the rebounds. I think he's gonna have to show more to stay a Knick. I really believe that, and I'm a biggest Knox supporter on here. I love that kid, but he's scaring me right now. So let's hope he gets one of them couple of game stretches and he get back to normal, man. I hope so.
Yeah. I mean, he is. I'm with you, and that's why I say if Reggie Bullock comes back, Knox is going to be the one that he's going to be that odd man out. His minutes already going down 10, 9, 8 minutes. You know what I'm saying? And now you come in and you get Bullocks back in the start lineup, and you got a guy in Burks that's going to be able to score in that second unit. And Knox would be sitting on the bench watching. Steph.
Yeah. They had Knox come in and
Well, shout out to you, Sim, the chat, the panel. Enjoying myself. As always, it's just good to be able to look forward to the Knicks and to have other people to talk about the Knicks pre-game and post-game. So this is, I'm really enjoying myself for sure. And regarding Knox, you know how it is with Tibbs. When you get in there, you got to go 2 for 3, grab a few rebounds, hand assists, or your minutes is cut. You got to make your minutes count with him. That's just how it is.
Yeah, I think that too. I think you hit it on the head with that stuff.
That's right. You got to do it, and he ain't doing it right now. Josh?
Yeah. Sunday matinee, those games are always tough, especially for the opposing team. Coming into the Garden. So, we'll see how the Clippers, come out in the game on Sunday. They may be a little bit lethargic. Hopefully they are. And, we'll just see what happens. And on another note, Russell Westbrook got kicked out the game today for the Wizards, and they lost again. They're 3-15 on the season. I think Scotty Brooks is going to get fired. That GM is going to get fired. And I think they're going to try to blow it up. Hopefully they buy out Russell Westbrook's. They buy out Westbrook's contract, and then we can pick him up.
I think so too, Josh.
Let's save our stuff for Bill.
I want that.
Let's try to get Bill.
They're not. No. So the reason why I don't think they're going to buy out Bill, because they can get a good trade offer for him. But Westbrook, I don't think a lot of teams are really gonna want Westbrook. The market's not going to be up there for him. So I think they're more likely to buy out Westbrook's contract.
But that's what I'm saying. Let's if they're going to trade Bill, let's try to get in on that. I don't want.
Yeah, but you can get Westbrook for nothing if they buy him out.
If they buy him out, that's it. We ain't got to give up anything.
You would take Westbrook for like a 10 mil? 10 mil? Come on now.
If they buy him out, it's not gonna be 10 mil. It'd be cheap. 5 million or something or less.
Oh, okay.
Veterans minimum.
Because he's already buy him out. Can't he sign him with it? We don't do though, right? If they buy him out, we can sign him for whatever. You can sign him for a million, can't you?
Yeah, I mean you can sign him.
Yeah, he can sign. Yeah.
You get $1 million, $2 million. Brother was like, man, y'all don't have to give me nothing. Let me come me up.
Man.
He might.
We can use them points. That's the upper end of the point guard position right there.
You think they'll buy him out for the entire, because he still got 3 years. He still has this year, next year, and the following year left on his contract. You think they're going to buy him out for all of that? All of those years?
Oh.
That's a lot of years to buy him out. Normally
the Knicks bought out Noah.
They stretched him. They stretched him. But they stretched him, and they had to pay they got to pay $6 million a year. If you stretch Westbrook,
you might as well pay.
You stretch Westbrook, you still got to pay a lot of money.
He was down to 31. Him CFO or something like.
Right.
That dude is a part of the company now, bro. Him some stocks, like
Michael Jordan.
Right.
For real.
They said Lonzo Ball went for 27 tonight.
Did he?
Ain't helping us though. If we want him, he got to play terrible.
Yeah, right. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? He got to play terrible.
Ooh, they beat the Bucks too. They
beat the Bucks. Yeah. They scored 131 points tonight. They scored 131. Lonzo Ball, 27 points, 8 assists. See, that's the type. That's the type of play. 10 for 20, 7 for 13 from 3. That's the type of play that people been waiting for.
I'm trying to tell you, yeah.
Wow.
Come on, y'all. Give him first.
We don't need him to do it too many times because we want to stock, like Steph said, we want his stock to be low.
Going to go up.
Right. We need his stock to be low. Then when he gets to us, he can have all the 27-point games he wants.
We need to call his dad to let his dad start some ruckus.
Yeah.
So from New York.
Yeah. Well, anyway,
Hey,
I will see you guys.
Indiana Pacers.
Oh, go ahead. What'd you say?
No, I'm gonna say I think the Indiana Pacers about to fall out with Caris LeVert getting hurt and they done traded Oladipo. I think they're gonna fall out, bro.
You think so?
I think they're gonna fall out. Yeah, man. They ain't got nobody. Cause I think they was banking on LeVert being Oladipo's, them points. Yeah. Right. And I think LeVert being out, I don't know. They lost tonight too, but I think they're gonna be like 11-8, 11-9. I think in the next week they're gonna be under 500. Knicks
the Rockets are on the rise. The Houston Rockets are on the rise, man. They've won the last 4 to 8 and 9.
Ball is looking good.
Yep.
Telling you, and that Kevin Porter kid ain't even stayed, and he ain't even played yet. So when they get some chance to really gel together, I think that's gonna be a scary team.
It might be a while before he plays. I think he's gonna play in the G League.
Oh, okay. Well, if that's the case, I would see, and that's the thing I wish the Knicks would have probably did, man. We should have did the same thing. We could have sent him to the G League. I think that would have been a perfect thing. I think Steph has said something about that. Like, that would have been a perfect look to get him in here, teach him, really see if he's hungry. And then if he's hungry, you sign him and keep him. You know what I'm saying? But I guess we can't cry over spilled milk now, man.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
But if I don't see you guys over the weekend, have a great weekend. I am going to do the shoot around tomorrow morning. And then I see you Sunday for the game. Ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate you all. And have a great, great weekend. Spread love, ladies and gentlemen.